What's going on, guys? I'm on the Division 2. I haven't played a lot. I didn't play a lot in year 1. Um, but I just kind of started back up. I used to play a lot of the Division 1. Probably one of my favorite series of all time. Um, yeah, so in this video, I wanted to show you kind of my thought process on my build. It's not like a showcase of what is the best build. It's more of to help you guys maybe make your builds. Um, and again, just kind of talking about a little bit of meta discussion here. So yeah, let's get into it. So I'm using 4-piece Hunter's Fury um, with Ridgeway and Wicked and Sadist. It is a meta build. Nothing really unique about it. Using Sokolov here. I'm pretty sure Sokolov is the best option if you're wondering. What's nice about this with the Hunter's Fury and Ridgeway is that they're at the same range at 15 meters. And so, as you can see, um, when they get this buff above their head, that kind of indicates to me that I'll be able to proc my bleed on them, which is quite nice. And and then Sadis here is it says weapon damage, but it is actually multiplicative damage. So yeah, I'm gonna go over my weapons first, and then I'll go over my stats. So I'm using the Vector. They're SMG. Because we are within 15 meters, I like the SMG. Um, you could for sure go for like a FAMAS. FAMAS is really good because it'll allow you to get past the 10-meter mark. I feel for SMGs, the 10-meter mark is kind of pretty much the range limit. Um, and again, with like the FAMAS, like you can pretty much go all the way to 15 meters. But I would rather have, something that is better within the 10 meters, and then have a little bit of poke beyond that. So I'm kind of forgoing the um, a little bit more range for a better close range, if that makes any sense. Um, for my SMGs though, you have a couple options. Vector, the SIG MPX or the MPX is uh, pretty good. I like the Vector because it has higher burst damage. Like you empty your magazine quicker. Um, there's an issue that I'll go uh, to in a bit. But I think so. The MPX has more damage per magazine than the non-tactical Vector, but I don't think that's an issue. I would actually rather go for burst damage here than the damage per mag. Because I feel like it is with this it is still easy for me to one clip, but when it comes to the other vectors, the reason why I'm using the non-tactical version is because it has the highest damage per magazine, as whereas the other vectors they have higher base damage but lower magazines, meaning that they will do better burst damage. But again, uh, if you don't kill someone within your magazine, then you have to add your reload speed to your time to kill, which will probably get you killed. And I've just found that the vector is the non-tactical vector is a good sweet spot in between um, uh, burst damage and damage per mag. So yeah, that's why I use the non-tactical version. Um, you could also play around with this if you think like um, The 45 ACP is reliable enough, and you want a little bit more burst damage, you can go for that. And then if you don't think the non-tactical 9mm doesn't get the kill as reliably in one magazine, then you can go with like MPX for sure. A lot of people like the tactical version. I just don't think it kills within the magazine. Because like the shields are in the meta. Um, yeah, the um, the talent to give you 50% extra health on shield break. So even though people die pretty quickly, there is some tankiness in this meta. So that's why I'm using the non-tactical version. Pretty much God roll, damage out of cover. I think this is the best attribute here. Um, Now for my secondary, again, this is for a little bit of ranged poke. I like the fall. You can go with if you're running an SMG, you can go with like FAMAS, but I feel like the FAMAS doesn't have enough range damage as the fall that I want. Um, there's some other options. The Carbine 7 is quite good. Um, the issue that I found with the fall here though is that I'm not really getting any bonuses from my gear pieces. Um, yeah, from like 10 to 15 meters can be quite nice, but normally I don't really engage anyone at that distance. And you can put Sadis on here, but I'd rather kind of use the fall here for beyond that 10 to 15 meters. And beyond the 15 meters, I'm not getting any Hunter's Fury. I'm not getting Wicked. I'm not getting Sadist. Um, uh, yeah, so like kind of my issue is just like the fall isn't really getting buffed at all. Even if I was to run Sadist, I think I'm getting more like bonus damage from Optimus, to be honest. Um, so what I would want here, but I don't have, is Pestilence. And this would allow me to proc Wicked beyond the 15-meter mark. And Wicked is really nice on Pestilence because the Pestilence damage over time is based on weapon damage. And so yeah, that'd be really nice. I don't have Pestilence yet. I did think about a lot of different options when it comes to my secondary range poke. Um, you can go Carnage. So uh the Sadist talent, it says weapon damage here, but it is actually multiplicative damage. So this extra 5% here is really nice. And then you also have multiplicative on damage out of cover. And then you could run like damage to armor or rate of fire here. Rate of fire is also multiplicative. And this could be really good. Again, this would only really be useful within the 10 to 15 meter mark. And anywhere out of that, you're not really getting any buffs. So I don't really like that for that because again, I really just kind of want to get inside of that 10 meter and melt with my vector. I don't really want to sit at the 10 to 15 because I'm gonna get melted by ARs. Um, and that's why again, I'm not really too focused on the 10 to 15 because ARs are just gonna melt me. Like I don't really need Sadis here because ARs are gonna freaking melt. Um, Thinking about shotguns, but uh, the Vector has a faster time to kill. And then also a big issue with shotguns is that um, the Sadist talent doesn't work on the first shot. So the first shot you proc the bleed, you're missing out on Sadist, which again is multiplicative, and then your second shot, you're getting the multiplicative damage. So shotguns aren't good at all. And then I could probably run Baker's Dozen instead of the fall here for sure. Um, But I was thinking about White Death, um, which I'll get back to in 1 second. So for my stats, I'm running pretty much only crit a crit build. I'm only running crit build. So as you can see on all my pieces, just crit hit chance, crit hit damage, crit hit damage, crit hit damage, crit hit damage. My backpack. Uh, I'm missing out, but status effect isn't too bad to be honest. Um, and the reason why I'm running crit hit damage here, other than headshot damage, is because I believe it gives me a lot more range. Because the SMG has pretty bad accuracy. Um, so as you can see at this 10-meter range, um, if I shoot all body shots, I'm not really missing any shots at all. But if I go for headshots here, I'm missing quite a bit of shots. And so if I was to run the all headshots, I would actually be losing out damage because I can't hit every shot here. And so yeah, that's why I'm running a crit build. So it gives so I can aim for the body, still be doing, quite good damage at a range because I only have to aim for the body. Even though face trading is gonna be a little bit lower. It's not too much lower. I think it's about 20% less damage if you are running a crit build versus headshot damage. Headshot damage can uh, output just a higher burst. But again, past 5 meters here, I'm missing a little bit of shots, but it's not too bad. But anything beyond this 5 meters, you're just losing range damage a lot. And I think for me, it's just a lot more reliable to have the range damage and just go full sending it on crit hit damage. Um, and that's why um, I decided not to run White Death. Because at first I was thinking, oh, okay, well, I could run a headshot build and then also have White Death in my pocket and have like a really good range poke option. But again, I just found that with my SMG, I'm really limiting my range from like 5 meters, like instead of like 10. And again, I think there are like a couple ways to run this build. You could run just like full headshot and absolutely dominate face trading. Um, but how I like to play, I'd rather have a little bit more range with my SMG and then run something like Pestilence. Um, and then I would rather give the White Death to my teammate who's running like a AR build or something like that. And with the AR build, you're running pretty much only headshots, so um, and they don't have to worry about uh, the inaccuracy. So yeah, they can run the White Death. I don't really need to. And then another thing about the crit hit damage, the crit build, is that I'm pretty sure shields also take crit damage. I could be wrong about this, but then that would also allow me to burn shields a lot easier. If I was just running all max headshot damage, I wouldn't be able to headshot a shield, of course. So of course you could just say like, well, just shoot the shields, the person holding up the shield in the head, you know. Um, but yeah, and then I'll go over the specialist. I'm running firewall. I think there's some good options. I think tactician is a really good option. And then you could also run Survivalist, I think it is. Survivalist is pretty good because you're giving your teammates 10% extra damage because you're constantly applying status effects. The what is it? The med kit is also pretty good. But the issue that I found was Survivalist is that it just takes a little bit too much um teamwork. And I normally play this game solo. Um, and so and then even in if I do play in a team, I feel like a lot of people don't like to play around, like play like a slow game. Um, wait until I bleed someone and then like jump on them and then like when everyone's weak, get behind cover and wait until I use medkit. And it's just like a lot more slow way of playing. And there's four people and they all have uh their decision makings, right? And I think it's just better for me to play a little bit selfish, which in turn will just kind of allow my team to um which will I think help my team because then they don't have to play around me. Um and sometimes asking your team to play around you is a little too much to ask. Um and then so yeah, so I'm using a firewall for one the medkit. The medkit is 10 times better than survivalist because it gives you like an overheal. Um and then the shield is super super nice for the extra damage. And the reason why I'm not running tactician, I think tactician is actually really good for the extra skill tier. But because on my chest piece I can't re-roll this weapon damage to armor. I think capitalizing on the extra damage with more extra damage is advantageous. And something you would run something like tactician if you had 6 blues, because then you would be capitalizing more on because you are more tanky, then you're allowed to uh uh kind of multiply your tankiness. Um, because this would go up to like 5 million, and then also using the extra skill tier on that would make you even more tanky. But because I have the damage here, then I'm getting it's more advantageous for me to get the extra damage here because this damage is multiplying on top of this. It's not like multiplicative, but like the percentage is just higher with extra weapon damage. Um, and then the percentage increase would be higher if I had 6 piece armor with tactician. If that makes any sense. And then also, um, tactician, you'd be a little bit more tinky because you get this 5% damage reduction. And I think that's it for this video. I'll just go over my stats real quick. 51% SMG damage, armor on kill, and that's pretty much it. I'm quite low SHD, and my stats here. My crit hit chance if I get this fully optimized, and max crit hit chance on my HSD would go to 58%, and then crit hit damage would go to like 140. Headshot damage would go to 70. Um, and then yeah, and then I'm just kind of rambling here. I'm still looking for a God Roll backpack. Uh, Status effect here isn't useless because we are bleeding. I think this 10% status effects gives us an extra 100,000 damage on our bleed, which is like an extra bullet or so, which is like a, an extra crit or whatever. It's like a guaranteed crit, which isn't too like super useful, but it's not useless, so can't really complain about that. The issue with this backpack is that it only comes with weapon damage, I'm pretty sure, on the core attribute. So you need all three correct perks here. So you need crit hit damage, crit hit chance, and then wicked. So then you'll be able to re-roll the armor there, which is annoying. So yeah, that's pretty much what I'm looking for. A God Roll backpack and pestilence, and my build will be pretty much done after I optimize and get my HSD up. But yeah, if y'all enjoyed the video, hit that like button, and if you want to see more, hit that subscribe button, and put some gameplay in the background of me playing PvP, and then I'll show you a little bit of PvE. But yeah, peace out. Yo, what's up, guys? So in like 20 minutes of making that first part, I got one, the pestilence, and two, a God Roll shotgun. So I'm gonna be using the pestilence the first game, and then I'll use the shotgun in the second game. Something that I did find out is that the pestilence does not proc wicked, which is unfortunate. But I think it's still a good option. All the way behind. Ooh, my game is not liking whatever was going on. I don't like this range. Yeah. Getting stuck back here. Got melted down. Pull out my pestilence. Full mag. I don't know where homie was. Thought he was about to push. That was right there. Homie's one. Ow. This is my ass. I have Reviver Hive on. That's unfortunate. Pull out Pestilence for the range. Yeah, they have a lot of range damage, and Pestilence isn't really helping for me. We want them to get close. That's really all I can do. Just go for a Kobe. Watch, watch, watch. There's no way. There's no way this actually works. Unfortunate. I'm not liking Pestilence at all. Nice 2k. We still need to get one more kill. Push up into their spawn is probably a good idea. They're gonna have that supply drop, which is not good. No bueno. Gets melted. I don't think I was in that radius at all. I'm gonna die here. I'm still new to the game, and I guess he had specialist. How's this guy alive? Kill him, please. He needs to help his teammate. That was a 2v1. 3 and 3. Um, We didn't do too bad. At least we didn't go negative. Gamora could have done a lot better, but it was a good game. Also, their teammate didn't do too great either. Alright, so we're back, guys. I got my shotgun on. We got a teammate missing. But yeah, God roll. It's got Sadist. I think we're gonna wait. The thought process here is, even though I said shotguns aren't that good, is that we're kind of a short range specialist, and the shotgun is gonna be used for kind of peak shotting. So we're not gonna be peeking any long range at all. Trying to third person peek here. I don't really want to push beyond this because they had more time to get map control than we do. We got our teammate back, which is good. Probably push on this right side over here. Push up, I ain't a pussy. My teammate's right here. Where did homie go? Our teammates were a little too scared. We needed to just kind of make a move. And then I got collapsed on. Luckily we got a kill though. Not really finding any place to use my shotgun. It's more of a peak shotting, and we're kind of playing like a teammate's right. Oh, that's a fucking decoy. Of course it is. He's dead. Got two. Sitting in the back. The fuck? It's whatever. I don't know this map. I've kind of figured that SMGs kind of suck balls. We don't have any range whatsoever. That's okay. I know where one is. Guy behind. I could still take this guy on, but probably don't. Not really sure what their game plan was. Okay. That's just a lot of fun. See if there's anyone. I'm gonna fucking push it. Oh, it's a fuck. Goodbye. Can I fucking shoot, please? I'm in their fucking spawn. I couldn't shoot my shotgun, and they literally spawned on my ass. Well, that flank was pretty cool. See if I can use my shotty here. Again, went positive. Teammate didn't do anything. Didn't have a fourth. So I've kind of found that, like, again with the shotgun, it's just you don't do the same TTK. I would say it has a little bit less range as well. You know, I'd rather just have the time to kill than like go for peak shots. But yeah, hopefully y'all enjoyed the video. Peace out, guys.